The United States is grappling with an unprecedented drug crisis driven by the surge of opioids. According to the National Center for Health Statistics, opioid-related fatalities are claiming over 1,500 lives every week, making opioids the predominant cause of lethal overdoses in the nation. Fentanyl, a synthetic opioid about 50 times more addicting than heroin, has come to epitomize this crisis. In recent times, the opioid predicament has extended into a prolonged epidemic, jeopardizing public health, economic productivity, and even national security. The origin of this crisis traces back to the overprescription of legal pain medications, a problem that has escalated over the years. Notably, Purdue Pharma's involvement in the mid-1900s emerged as a pivotal element within the broader opioid epidemic in the United States. Purdue Pharma, a pharmaceutical entity, played a central role in the marketing and distribution of opioid painkillers, including the notably potent OxyContin. The crisis is characterized by the company's forceful marketing strategies, rampant prescription of opioids, widespread addiction, and devastating repercussions affecting individuals, families, and communities. During the mid-1990s, Purdue Pharma introduced OxyContin, hailed as a revolutionary painkiller due to its time-release formulation, which was believed to mitigate addiction risk. The company's promotional campaigns asserted that the gradual release mechanism reduced the potential for abuse, though subsequent findings contradicted this claim. Physicians began prescribing OxyContin extensively for various pain alignments, contributing to a surge in opioid prescriptions. Yet, the drug's potency and addictive traits led many patients down the path of addiction, driving some to illegal opioids such as heroin once their prescriptions ran dry. This overprescription of OxyContin and other opioids fueled a sharp escalation in addiction and overdose fatalities. Many patients initially prescribed these drugs for legitimate medical reasons, found themselves dependent on opioids. Purdue Pharma, the company that planted the seeds of the opioid epidemic through its aggressive marketing of OxyContin, has long claimed it was unaware of the powerful opioid painkiller's growing abuse until years after it went on the market. But a copy of a confidential Justice Department report shows that federal prosecutors investigating the company found that Purdue Pharma knew about significant abuse of OxyContin in the first years after the drug's introduction in 1996 and concealed that information. Company officials had received reports that the pills were being crushed and snorted, stolen from pharmacies, and that some doctors were being charged with selling prescriptions, according to dozens of previously undisclosed documents that offer a detailed look inside Purdue Pharma. But the drug maker continued to market OxyContin as less prone to abuse and addiction than other prescription opioids, prosecutors wrote in 2006. The onset of the second wave in 2010 marked a shift in opioid misuse patterns as efforts to curtail opioid prescriptions intensified. Individuals already grappling with prescription opioid addiction turned to illicit alternatives like heroin. Consequently, heroin use surged, leading to fresh public health challenges. The adulteration of heroin with other substances increased the unpredictability of drug supply, raising its peril. Additionally, the prevalence of injection drug use spiked during this wave, resulting in elevated rates of infectious diseases like HIV and hepatitis C. Public health initiatives aimed to counteract these challenges involved expanding access to naloxone, a life-saving medication for reversing opioid overdoses, and implementing strategies for harm reduction. The emergence of synthetic opioids, chiefly fentanyl, and its derivatives, typified the third wave of the opioid crisis, which spanned between 2010 and the 2020s. While medically used for severe pain management, illicitly produced fentanyl variants proved even more potent and treacherous. Illicit fentanyl infiltrated the underground drug market, frequently combined with other substances or fabricated into counterfeit prescription pills. This surge contributed to a steep rise in overdose fatalities. Fentanyl's potency resulted in unintentional overdose deaths from minute quantities. Medical professionals and first responders grappled with treating fentanyl-related overdoses due to high doses of naloxone required for effective reversal. As the American people confront the far-reaching consequences of the opioid epidemic, it's essential to acknowledge the role of pharmaceutical corruption in driving this crisis. Lives lost, families shattered, and communities torn apart are a direct result of profit-driven decisions that prioritize financial gain over human lives.